Thank you for tuning in to the Faceless Podcast. I go by the name of Shepherd. My friends call me Sheps. You can call me whatever you want, as long as it's not Oi. There's a high probability that I'll respond. Now, okay, wait. Let's rewind. Okay, cool. Scroll up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell button. Now we can continue. This is going to be a quick one. This is super quick. And I don't normally make videos commenting on things like this, but I had to. I saw something today. This happened over the weekend when we was in the office. The gaffer brought it up, but he didn't want to show me the video because maybe he didn't want me to be distracted or whatever. But basically, the gist of the story is on the tube, the underground, in America, what you call the metro. In Zimbabwe, well, we don't have underground in Zimbabwe, so I don't know what I would call it. Um, yeah, we need progression. But yeah, in the underground, I think it was the central line. There was something that it's probably happened over the weekend. What I'm going to do for you guys is try to find the full video and put it in the description section so that you can check it out for yourself. As you know, context is king. Now, let's get into this. Let's talk about this. What it seems like there was a guy, a white guy, who was on a tube, and the rest of the tube is pretty ethnically diverse. If you live in London, you know what it's like. And this white guy, to me, it looked like he was drunk, or he was on drugs that you could go to prison for a long time for using. It just like, you see, when you look at someone and you just go, or you just think to yourself, this person doesn't seem like they're all there. But this person started spewing like, and those of you that know me know I'm not quick to call someone racist. I'm not quick to call things racism because I feel like their words, and it's a term that gets used so much nowadays, is starting to lose its meaning. Some black people do pull out the race card whenever they're in a sticky situation because they know it will get them out of trouble. Now, with this guy, he was actually saying things that were racist. Whether he himself in his day-to-day life is a racist or not, I don't know. If you know him, comment, is he normally racist, or was on this day, was he taking something that, I don't know, he chopped his brain, I don't know. But he was saying some racist things. I think it probably started at the lady that was recording. I don't know what had happened before this. But yeah, say little comments about whip it out, but I don't know if he was talking about certain appendages or if it was talking about knives, because the stereotype is that young black boys will have knives on them. I don't the context is a bit murky from that in terms of what he was referring to, but you can definitely see that he was being racist in what he was saying. There was a lady that was recording him who we don't see on camera, but I'm assuming she was a black lady, or at least she had some black in her, because she seemed pretty offended by what was going on. And it seemed like he was talking to her as well as the boys that were sitting on the other side. Again, like I said, I'll put the whole video in if I can find it online. For context, I'll see if I can find it on YouTube somewhere. It probably exists. Because I watched this on my Facebook, so and I thought, you know what, I have to comment on this. And you probably won't see me comment into things like this too much because it happens all the time, and there's so many people that do so much better jobs at doing it than I do. Now, what's now happened is this guy's just talking the most. He's talking about zoos, like directing to the young lady. Every time she speaks, saying zoo, like talking about basic implants and an animal she belongs in a zoo, saying everything that was coming out off his mouth was racist. There's not even a question mark where you could go, oh, you misunderstood it, or he meant something. No. He was clearly getting at the black people, or the black guys that he was talking to, because of the color of their skin. I don't know if anything had happened to cause this reaction out of him, but based on the context that we have, he was just being racist. Now, what actually gives me hope and what actually makes me feel good, this is why I get annoyed when people say, oh yeah, there's this inherent racism, or within white people, or London is a racist place, or the UK is a racist place. Because like, why that gets me mad is because two of the most vocal people on the train were white people. One guy clearly had enough. I don't know if it was his stop, or he just had enough and he got off. But he was talking to him saying, "Yo, you're disgusting. What you're saying is disgusting. It's filthy." And I comment, anyone that speaks up in those situations, I commend, because it's not easy. Like, just the amount of times I've seen something wrong happen, and then people will just stand and watch or say, "Well, it's not being said to me." So I commend them. There was another lady as well that was kind of sitting opposite the camera view, and she got at him as well. She said, "You're not white, mate. You're something else. You're something else. What you're saying is absolutely disgusting." So I think the whole carriage was pretty disgusted by what was going on. Now, this guy is talking, and again, for this, like, I'm gonna have to be specific. So there was the black lads, the young black guys that were in there. Why I want to commend them for this portion is because they could have kicked off a lot earlier. A lot earlier. A lot earlier. I don't think you understand. But they kept their cool. They was just letting them go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Now, when they're getting off the tube now, this guy's still talking. And remember this, the whole time the guy's trying to provoke him, telling them, come on then, come at me, all of that talk. They're just sitting down. The lady who's recording get a bit back and forth in terms of like, why, like, this is disgusting what you're doing. Now, when the black guys are getting off the tube now, I saw it coming because I saw it coming. Just now I saw it coming. And then they done this little shuffle, got off the tube. And one of them, he must have watched. He must have been so good at fighting that when he was younger, because the way he just, the quick right, I'm left-handed, so if I try and punch with my right, it's going to look weird. But the quick, he just gave him a quick one. And let me try. I'm going to show you the scene that followed. So let's do the actions. So young black boy over here, just quick one, and then the racist guy, he done this. I don't think you lot saw. He done this. He went bed. He went good night. He was dreaming about KKK and riding through Africa on horseback with pillowcases on his head. I don't know what he was dreaming about. Or maybe even his dreams went, nah, mate, you've gone too far. You have to hold this on your own. He went to bed. He went bed. Oh, you have to see it for yourself. Now, why have I made a video about this? You're thinking, yeah, simple, whatever. Because as funny as it is, not funny, I was conflicted. I was conflicted by this video because, or let me say by the reaction of the young lads. Number one, the intellect in me is saying we shouldn't really have done that, because I personally believe in speaking to people like this, educating them on, okay, cool, this is why you're wrong. What you're saying is wrong. This is why you're wrong. And breaking down the stereotypes. I've actually done that before with someone who was racist, and it turned out pretty well. So the intellect in me saying no, because guess what? He's going to wake up. The guy's going to be even more racist than he, especially after he's just gone bed like that. He's going to wake up even more racist, if not just as racist. It's not done anything to cure racism. That's the intellect in me. And if you watch the video and you're kind of like-minded, you probably share the same view. So that's why, like, I do not condone violence. I do absolutely don't condone violence. I want to make that clear. I believe unless you're defending yourself, there's always a way to talk it out. Unless your life is actually in danger and you need to resort to violence to protect yourself or protect the ones you love, all other times I cannot condone it. So that's my disclaimer. That's the intellect. That's Shep's the intellect. Shepherd. That's what his name is. So Shepherd is saying there was another way of handling that. We should have sat down with him, spoke to him, educated him. I understand at the time, With the way the guy was, there was no speaking to him. However, I still feel like that would have been the best course of action. Even because now it's been caught on camera. There's other racist people that are gonna see that now and go, you see, this is what we talk about. When he's talking about zoo, this is the animal behavior that we're talking about. The guy was just being a little bit crazy. Yeah, you might have said, man, it took it too far. But you see, when we say the zoo animals, that's where they belong, because that's how gorillas act. So that's why when I say that, there's a sign on the door saying I'm recording. There is. Let's continue. I'm never going to cut that out, guys. It's going to be in there. It's going to be in there. But yeah, so, but I'll wrap it up because clearly I'll wrap it up. But yeah, so, I've lost my train of thought now. Okay, cool. Let's go back into it. So yeah, so when these racists see this, share this video between themselves, they'll use that as a recruitment tool. You see, when we say these black people are animals, they're this, this is why. Look at how they behave. Just a little bit of teasing, because that's what they'll try to call it, banter, a little bit of teasing, and the resorted to violence. This guy was just speaking his mind. You could tell he was drunk, he was whatever. Cool. They'll try to use that as a recruitment tool, which is why I believe that as much as it pains us speaking about these things, wait, do I have a bogey? No, I don't. That's camera tricks. But yeah, speaking about these things is the best way. You educate, you learn the person's less racist tomorrow than he was today. We're eradicating racism. However, so that was Shepherd. So take that, crop that. That's what Shepherd thinks. The intellect. Now, Sheps, now, I was dying. Should I tell you why? Do not talk that smoke. Do not talk that crud. Do not talk that kind of talk if you cannot handle the smoke that comes your way. Do not be talking those talks there. Do not be talking about this is my home, you're all getting sent back. If you cannot handle the types of reactions that you will get from people, I won't be surprised if those boys were born here. And this is just as much as their country as it is yours. They were born here just as much as you are. If not, they've grown up here. Even if they haven't grown up here, they're here now. And they were being peaceful, they weren't being... like, obviously, I can never understand anyone being racist, but even if there's been a array or harassing people or whatever, and you can say, oh yeah, he just reacted out of anger, maybe you would have a case, but these boys were just sitting there. And one of them said, you know what? I had enough. And just in case you've only tuned in now, let me show you what happened. This is what happened. So, the moral of the story is, this is Shep speaking now. Shepherd have already told you the intellect. This is Shep speaking now. Do not talk that talk if you're not ready for the smoke that's coming your way. So, for all you racists out there that think, yeah, I could say what I want, you know what? Someone like me, I'm not a violent person. I'm a peaceful person. Peace. Peace. But... there's people out there that are not as peaceful. There's people out there that will think, you know what, I don't have to listen to this. And you're going to do the same as my man. You're going to go sleep and then I don't know what you're going to dream about, but you're going to be deep inside that dream. So my recommendation, if you're looking at this and you're racist and you think, please do not talk that talk if you cannot handle the smoke that comes your way. Now, I'm not condoning violence. I'm not saying, yeah, if you're going to be racist, then you better start a fight. That's not what I'm talking about at all. But he deserved it. Was it right? If the boys get arrested and he presses charges, they did assault the guy. You're going to have to hold your tongue, boys. Because at the end of the day, you didn't have to punch the guy in his face, but... so Sheps is telling you, don't go bed. Whatever thoughts you got, and this is a lesson for everyone, not just racist people. Whatever thoughts you got in your head, if you cannot handle the repercussions for them coming out your mouth, keep them here. Because you see up here, unless someone told you, I read your mind, they're safe up here. So that's my thoughts, guys. Tell me, what did you think about the situation? Do you think the guy deserved what was coming to him? Do you think the situation could have been handled differently? Do you have any more examples of this happening? Even if you got more clips, share the links. Can you even share links in the descriptions? Do you know what? Post them on my Facebook, The Faceless Podcast. I'll put all the information below. Again, scroll up, like, subscribe, notifications bell. It's simple, guys. I go by the name of Shepherd. My friends call me Sheps. Call me whatever you like. As long as it's not Oi, there's a high chance I'll respond. This is the Faceless Podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in. I look forward to speaking to you again next time. Have a good day. Have a good evening. Have a good afternoon. Wherever you are.